Hi guys, what is up? I am Tyler Rich. I'm a marriage and family therapist. This is my channel devoted to helping you live a richer, more fulfilled life. In today's video, I'll talk about 15 quick ways to lower your anxiety. No matter if you have stress or anxiety, if you apply some of these 15 principles to your life, you'll start to notice that over time, the anxiety symptoms or stress will start to decrease. I've split it up into 3 different categories. So one's focused on what you can do in the moment if you're starting to feel really anxious. Another one is physical activities you can do in the moment or beforehand. And then the last 5 are talking about things that you can plan ahead and try to do to manage any of your stress or anxiety before it happens. Number 1, daily meditation. If you could take 15 to 30 minutes out of your day every day to focus on some meditation, it can help lower your anxiety. It helps slow your brain down and you can think differently. I'll link to a YouTube video in the doobly-doos below of Kelly McGonigal talking about the research of meditation and what it does for people who are overcoming addictions and how it can help you slow your thought process down, help your sleep, and everything else like that. Number 2 is take some deep breaths. While this might be a simple one, it's one thing that we tend to forget. When I know I get anxious, I start to breathe in the top of my chest, and I breathe faster and faster, and it's almost like you can hyperventilate. What I want you to do is take some deep breaths in through your nose, hold it for a second, and breathe out through your mouth. I'm going to link to a video of a few different types of deep breathing exercises that I've done on this channel, just so you can know what to do in the moment if you're feeling anxious. Number 3, question your thoughts. So sometimes part of anxiety is learning how to change your thoughts. One thing that we do in therapy, it's called cognitive behavioral therapy. And it will help you learn to recognize maybe some of these distorted thoughts that you have and how to change them. So don't always take everything you think as this is absolutely what's going to happen. For me, a lot of the times I know I catastrophize, which means I make the worst case scenario in my thoughts. So what I have to do when I'm anxious is slow down and think, is this really going to happen? What are other outcomes? What can I do differently? Number 4, using calm visualization. This kind of goes along with meditation. If you can learn to close your eyes, imagine yourself in a very safe, calm spot, it can do a lot to lowering your anxiety. Number 5, have some positive affirmations. Having some go-to sayings that can help you challenge your anxiety and your stress goes a long way. For me, I always think, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
I love to use this saying over and over again to kind of help me to get through with whatever I'm dealing with in the moment. Because for me, it helps me challenge saying, this isn't going to last forever. I'm going to work through it. I can get through this in the moment. Number 6, develop some daily cardio exercise routines. If you can spend 30 minutes a day doing some cardio where you're deep breathing, it almost releases the same type of biochemicals in your brain that a lot of the anti-anxiety or antidepressant meds do. It's not a substitute for medication, but it can go a long way. So number 7, get enough sleep. It's one of these chicken or the egg things. Sometimes it's you're anxious, so you know you need to go to sleep, but when you go to lay down, your mind won't shut off and your brain keeps racing, and then you're not sleeping. Then you think about not sleeping, and then you wake up early or you can't go back. Like it's just this vicious cycle, so you're just tired all the time. What really helps is developing a plan of action to try to get some sleep. So what I recommend is, no electronics at the end of the day. Create a routine of the evening and then in the morning. So then that way, while you might not be getting the best sleep at the beginning, if you can stick with a routine to get at least 6 to 7 hours of solid sleep, it will go a long way in helping reduce your level of anxiety. So number 8, limit your alcohol and caffeine use. Alcohol is a depressant and it might lower your anxiety in the moment, but it's a short-term fix. It does not help in the long term. Limit caffeine. This includes soda, coffee, energy drinks. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body. We're only as good as our fuel. Caffeine mimics the symptoms of anxiety. So if you find yourself being anxious, but you're going to Starbucks 3 times a day, what I want you to do is just try to limit it a little bit. Be careful though, because if you do limit caffeine too much, you can have some caffeine withdrawal, which usually happens in those big headaches you get if you've not had your coffee. So just pay attention to that. One more thing to think about with caffeine is caffeine has a half-life. So if I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, about 6 to 8 hours later, it's like I still have 1 cup of coffee worth in my system. So if you keep drinking more and more coffee throughout the day, it stays in your system. That's why it's hard to fall asleep at the end of the night. So number 9, do something that you enjoy. Have a hobby, have a few go-to things, at least 5, that you really enjoy to do. It could be exercise, it could be playing video games, it could be building a model, it could be painting, it could be coloring, it could be knitting, anything. Find 5 activities that you enjoy that you can just go to do because you like it. Number 10, stretch. So applying this mindfulness and meditation that we talked about a little bit earlier, what I want you to do is add this to physical activity. Take a few moments just to stretch out your body, see where your anxiety lies. I'll link again to some more meditation, which I'll have a playlist on my channel of different types of meditations, but you can focus on where your anxiety and stress lie in your body. If you can start to identify where it's at, when you start to feel more anxious, you can see and apply some of these other skills to lower it in the moment. So learning your body through stretching and just calming down goes a long way in managing your anxiety from day to day. So number 11, journal. What new research has kind of shown is people who can journal tend to be able to process their emotions and their thoughts in the moment, and it helps you start to have a different perspective. I know for me, sometimes when I start getting caught on a thought, I just keep thinking about it, and I want to talk it out with somebody. Journaling is a way for you to get out some of these thoughts and these feelings in a very healthy, constructive manner. Number 12, I want you to create dailies. In the future, I'll be having a YouTube video all about what dailies are, but really all it is a way for you to be mindful in activities you choose to do. What I noticed in my life is you tend to go through the motions. You wake up, you go to work, you do the same things time and time again. Yeah, you have fun, you have vacations, you go out with friends, and you have enjoyable moments, but you don't spend every day being mindful, enjoying what you do. So a daily plan will help you learn how to be focused in that moment. Number 13, I want you to say this: feelings, not facts. Just because you're feeling anxious doesn't mean that the world is going to end. It's not a fact. It's just an emotion. I want you to kind of go back to this visualization piece and think of emotions as they come over you. They're just waves. They come and go. Sometimes you'll feel sad, then it goes away. Sometimes you'll feel really happy, then it goes away. Emotions come and go throughout the day. Most of the time we don't pay attention to it. The problem comes is when the emotions become so overwhelming in this tidal wave, it knocks us over. So what we know is we either get knocked over by it, or we say, hey, I'm going to put all this emotion into a box. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to ignore it. I want you to be in the middle. I want you to find, okay, I'm in these waves. I'm feeling these emotions. I'm doing them. If you work with a therapist, they can help you understand how to connect with the emotions. So if you can connect with emotions and realize they're not facts, they're not what is going to happen, and understanding the difference, it goes a long way in managing your anxiety. Number 14, I want you to practice gratitude. One thing I always try to get with my clients to do is start to rewire their brain. And you can rewire your brain by looking for the positive. This isn't becoming Pollyanna and whitewashing everything as positive. What it does do, though, is train you to think differently. So what that might include is waking up in the morning saying 3 things I'm looking forward to, and then every night saying 3 things I'm grateful for today. If you're going to journal about it or write it down, try not to do the same thing every single day. I tell my clients you can't repeat the same gratitude within 1 week. So sometimes what that might do is, I'm grateful that somebody opened the door for me today. I'm grateful that I had a conversation with my best friend who lives out of town. I'm grateful that I'm alive and I'm taking a deep breath today. All of those things can help you train your brain to think differently. Number 15, connect with people. We spend a lot of time on social media and our Facebook and Instagram and all these things that feel like we're connecting with people, but in reality, and what I like to call it, is it's the pseudo-intimacy, it's the pseudo-connection. I can walk away from Facebook or Instagram at any time. That's not the same as connecting with a friend by talking on the phone, being with somebody. So what I would encourage you to do is, if you have anxiety and you don't feel like you connect with people, but you do a lot of stuff on the internet, I want you to share this video with somebody and say, hey, this is my way of trying to connect. I want you to have a conversation about what anxiety is in your life and how they can help you in those moments. So connect with people can help you learn to reach out and build a strong social support network. So that was my list of the 15 things that you can do to help manage your anxiety on a daily basis. I really hope that it helps. If you have any anxious feelings, feel free to put it down. I want you to leave some comments below. If you've been anxious, what are some things that you do in the moment that I might not have listed that work really well for you? Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos. I hope that they can help at least one person. If you've enjoyed this, go on and hit the subscribe button and check out any of my social media, my Patreon page, podcast, all this stuff. Just all out there, putting as much stuff out there to help as many people as I possibly can, because I can't see everybody as a therapist. So I hope that this can help you.